summer's day. We are doing a little styled shoot, if you can see back there. I'm not going to give too much of it away right now, but I wanted to jump on here and just take you along for the ride. And I thought, what a perfect opportunity to give you my top 10 tips on doing a style collaboration photo shoot. So starting off with number 1, always have a boss. Even when it's a creative collaboration and you've got lots of people offering up their ideas, it's always best to have one person that is steering the ship. Today it is me, so I am the lead director on this shoot today. I'm managing the timeline, I'm telling everyone what to do, when to do it. Basically what I'm saying is do what you do best and do it now. I also came up with the concept. Just as a starting point, I wanted everyone to really jump into it and get creative. So that is my tip number 1, always have a boss. My second tip would be actually ask people to get involved that you want to work with. Don't just send out a blanket copy-paste message on Instagram saying, hey, I'm doing a shoot, does anyone want to come? No, like actually invest, build a connection with people, reach out to them and say, I really love what you do, especially in these examples. Would you like to jump on board for a collab with me? If not, that's totally fine. It's always really obvious if I receive messages from somebody that they don't even actually know who I am. They're just sending out a blanket message because they know that I do test shoots or collabs. So yes, make sure they're people that you really want to work with and you love what they do. So me, for example, I reach out to people and say, I'm doing a shoot, do you want to come and hang out? I'm choosing to reach out to people that I know will be right together in a crew. I also know that it fits their brand, or I know it's an amazing opportunity for them to reach out and maybe do something different. So tip number 2, always reach out to people that you genuinely would like to work with. My tip number 3, tip number 3 is be flexible. Even though I have done a timeline and a bit of a rundown of what's going on, I know that there is an error for just shit. Shit happens, whether people running late or the weather turns shit or an outfit that you really wanted to make happen, it just didn't happen. So make sure you're flexible, you can adapt, you've got plan A, B and C for all things. People late, weather, location didn't work, outfit didn't work, whatever. Just be resilient enough to shift on the fly or make up different. As I said fly then, a March fly just bit my foot. But tip number 3, be resilient and flexible. Go with the flow. My tip number 4 is housekeeping, as I like to call it. This is making sure that everybody has snacks, water, beverages, we have a first aid kit, we have shade, we have sunscreen, we have mosquito repellent, beach towels, change of clothes. We have everything that could go wrong taken care of with our housekeeping options. It may feel like you're being a bit of a nanny and telling everybody to put sunscreen on or cover up or sit in the shade, but after 8 hours shooting, it really makes a difference is everyone is happy, healthy, fed and watered. So my tip number 4 is housekeeping. My tip number 5 is set a budget. Set a budget. If you're the one that is producing the shoot or you're directing, you're putting it together, you're reaching out to people, set a realistic budget that you yourself are willing to commit and the expectation of what you're going to ask others to commit, especially if you're going to ask caterers or florists or anyone who's going to be buying something for the photo shoot that's a perishable item that they're not going to be able to use again. Make sure that it's fair. If everyone is chipping in $200 worth of their time and product, make sure that's consistent. Get it out in the open so everybody knows it's an even playing field, and it's up to the individual vendor if they would like to bump up above a little bit if there's something that they really wanted to do. But yeah, tip number 5, set a budget. I just remembered on tip number 5, don't be afraid to go to the op shop or just shop your own houses of what you have. These collaboration shoots and test shoots, they're more about creating the network, learning experience, making friends, flexing your creative muscles, getting out within the local like creative industry, for me anyway. So it doesn't really matter, we're not trying to sell a product, so it doesn't really matter if it's, you know, a whole bunch of dresses and outfits from our own wardrobes, or if we went to the op shop and we just collected a whole bunch of things. I find it actually makes a better experience for the people that you have modeling as well, because they're not worried that they're going to break the clothes, because at the end of the day it doesn't matter. It's just more about all getting together and just having a really, really amazing learning and network experience together. So your budget could just be $10-15 per person, or everybody BYO. Tip number 6. This one is very important if you are shooting outside with the glorious sunshine, and that is to have a timeline. It can be loose, it can be strict, it can be detailed, it can be super brief, but have a timeline. Think of the key shots that you really want to get. That could be if you really wanted blue hour, golden hour, full sun. You might need the sun to get back from the location that you've managed to get yourself in. So think of those key shots, what time of day do you need to do them, and then work around that. It's really important that you never want to put yourself in that position where you're running trying to chase the light because you didn't plan it, you weren't organized, you're in the wrong spot at the wrong time. That might happen a little bit, but if you have a timeline, at least you know where you're meant to be at a certain time, so you can get right back on track. Sweet. Tip number 7, which I have touched on a little bit in all of these tips, is communication. Make sure that when you're communicating with people, you're being polite, respectful, and professional, but still stay true to your brand. I mean, you don't have to sound like an accountant if you're not an accountant. But like I said, these things are really about making super valuable connections with people, and that comes from really good communication. It's also important that everybody knows what the expectation is, not just financial, but how long are they expected to stay, what's the commitment, what's the turnaround time for the photo delivery, what's the location. Effective communication is what will really get you through, and make sure everyone's on the same page, everybody knows what they're meant to be doing, and everybody knows what the deliverables are from their perspective. So tip number 7, communication. Tip number 8 is make sure that you get behind the scenes capture. Sometimes it can actually be more popular with everybody, including the vendors and the people that you're sending it out to. They want to see what was going on behind the scenes. They want to see what goes on behind the creative curtain, because that's not something that they get to see very often. So make sure you have a few people assigned to getting behind the scenes footage, because if you don't, you will wish that you did. That's my behind the scenes shooter, but she's actually shooting the model because I'm doing this. So get people that can wear multiple hats. Tip number 8, get that behind the scenes footage. Tip number 9 is be quick. It is one of those things where the faster you are, the more efficient you are, the more likely you are to get repeat work on these sorts of test shoots. So from my perspective, I need to be quick in my organizing, I need to be quick in my direction, and I need to be super, super quick with the editing. I like to get a hero shot for each vendor out to them within 24 hours, and then I need to get the full gallery out to them within no later than 3 weeks, because if it's longer than that, it is too long and the momentum is gone from the behind the scenes. Nobody cares. All of the vendors have moved on to their next best thing and they don't care about your photos. Harsh but true. So you need to get them out quick. Tip number 10 is know your worth. You offer a skill, you offer a trade qualification, you offer some creative, inspiring, wonderful storytelling that not everybody has, and what you do in your business is what makes you different, and you need to value that, because the people around you are going to know if you value your worth or not, and that's when they're going to take advantage of you. I wanted to think of a really nice way to say that, but basically that is the truth. If you do not know your value, stick to your value, people will take advantage of you. So value your time, value your energy. If somebody doesn't want to work with you, or they're neither here nor there, or they're a bit iffy about it, say thank you, no worries, maybe next time. Move on. Work with people that love you, know you, they want to work with you, because they're going to value the experience and they're going to value what you offer. Bonus tip number 11. This is all about having fun. Yes, I'm the photographer on this trip, but as you can see, we have got photos happening over here. We've got photos happening down here. Everyone is having a lovely time. So remember to enjoy the process, have fun, make valuable connections with the people that are around you. Any amazing photographs that you get at the end of the day are an added bonus on the experience. So that's it for me. I'm going to get back to actually doing what I'm meant to be doing here, and that is taking the photos. But we will see you on the next one. Bye.